Hi there, it's Apple. Anyways, I am a spiritual counselor and angel therapist. I also study Tibetan healing. I have a message for everyone, and it's a very important message. Um, I was brought onto this path for various reasons. I'm not going to explain that right now, but all of you know that. I was brought on this path because I had such a big calling in it, and also I've been through some traumatic experiences that led me here. I'll let you know in another video how I got started with this, but today I'm going to talk about something that's very important, something that I actually learned just recently during my initiation as a Tibetan healer. I do believe in every single culture, every single religion. It all leads us to the beautiful consciousness that we all have. Now, in saying that, I need to say sorry to all of my clients I have done this with. And I didn't think it was unsafe because I thought just because angels were involved with the healing that, sorry, I'm just getting messages on my phone. Okay, now, I just have to get ready for my class I'm teaching today. But anyways, I'm going to be very short and simple and quick. Okay, so, before my initiation, I actually had some really, really bad feelings of like psychoticness. Like I've been cutting cords between me and my ex. And, during my therapies, I do it with angels, with Archangel Michael, sorry, and I heal them with Gabriel before that's done. And I've been having these psychotic thoughts of like, I hope he dies, I hope he gets sick, I hope this and that, and it's just like wrong of me. Like this is something that I don't normally think of because I am a person of total compassion and love and acceptance of that pain is part of your spiritual ascension and your lessons anyway. So I've been getting these feelings, and I talked to my Tibetan master about this, and I was like, yeah, I'm having these feelings, and they're not me. Like, I'm a healer, and I support people, and I could have the best advice for people, but when it comes to myself, it's like, I'm having all these wishes of, damnation of his soul, and that's just not me. So anyway, she asked me a question, and that question was, do you cut cords? And I said, yeah. I mean, that's part of what I do with people about in angel therapy and stuff. And she said, don't cut them. Please don't cut them. And I was like, oh my God, like this really, I'm kind of afraid now because I'm like, why not cut these cords? Because I've been doing this to people, and I have to say sorry again to everybody. And the reasons are, when you're cutting, you're bleeding out and the cords come back. So you'll get these feelings of like the violence that was left behind, which is the cutting part. And what happens is those etheric cords are bleeding and they're coming back. And that is the feeling that you're receiving, is that severeness of cutting the cords, even though they are healed. Okay. So there is a more safer option. There's a more safer kind of way to do this, and it's called dissolving. And with dissolving, it doesn't come back and harm you, the other person, and it's a more safer way. So I'm kind of like, oh shit, I am so sorry to everybody that I've done this therapy with. For the longest time, I was like, I questioned Doreen Virtue and her methods, and I've read a lot of her books. I do have a lot of her tarot cards and all that, because she's basically like the only angel lady out there doing, massive, massive work with angels. And there was a part of me that was kind of like, I don't know if this is right. Because there's a fine line between New Age and ancient knowledge. And I find that, please, everybody be careful of this knowledge. Be careful of the New Age movement, because this is kind of a story that has brought me forward from this woman that had a YouTube video about when she woke up in tears when she had this vision with her and God standing on a hill, and she saw that the world was covered with these gray blobs, and she asked God what these gray blobs were, and he mentioned to her that those are false prophets. They are harming our children. And that video resonated with me, and honestly, I can't even find it now. I've been searching the net and I can't find it. But anyways, thank God that she put that out there for me to kind of reflect on and know what is truthfully right. So I'm not saying this to belittle Miss Virtue there, but I just know that there is a lot of harm in cutting now, and I am very sorry to all of my clients about this. And if people can just reflect and just read this knowledge and figure out, okay, is this real? Is this right? Is this wrong? Have it in your heart. And for me to be an angel therapist, yes, as an angel therapist, I know that there are some bad ones out there. And these bad ones are the ones that pretend to be pure, and because they still have that pureness in them, even though they are, they do really bad things or whatever it may be, fallen angels still have angelic qualities. So really beware what you're touching and what you're doing out there. So that is my video for today. And normally I don't post unless it's like really important, and I found that this right now is just so important. So please, please, everyone, be very careful at how you cut these cords, because you don't want it to come back to you. You don't want it to harm you. And please look at another thing with the false prophets. And please don't follow. Just know in your heart what's right and what's wrong. Like I said, ancient knowledge is the best way. Please be very careful what you're reading and what's out there. Okay, so love and light, and thank you for watching. And for everybody out there, yes, I do chakra classes. So with those chakra classes, this is actually ancient Vedic knowledge. So I'm not out there like saying you got to be psychic and blah blah, because this is not about being psychic and all that, right? It's about empowering yourself. So what I'm doing right now is I am doing chakra courses for my clients, and every single time I meet them, which is the 7 chakras, so 7 times in secret locations, so they can basically experience that chakra. And this is custom designed to their astrology chart and numerology chart, so that I know where to go, because a lot of it has to do with how that person responds to the knowledge given or to the experience. So anyways, so if you have any questions or if you have any comments, please send them to me, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But anyways, thank you for listening again, and namaste. Love and light, everybody. Bye.